Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I will be doing a remote start install on my Lexus GX460. I saw another video online for the same install from a 12-volt Solutions remote start kit. However, the one I received I believe is updated. It doesn't have an OBD connection, and there's not a little switch that you flip up to program the module. This one is much easier, and I'll take you guys with me for the install, and hopefully it should go smooth. Alright, here we go. You just need basic tools. You need a 10mm wrench socket. You need the trim removal tools, a screwdriver, flashlight, and we're gonna begin by removing that piece of trim. And all you gotta do is take your trim removal tool, stick it right under there, pry up. Okay, we got it going. There we go. Put that aside. It's held on by these little plastic clips. Right, set that over there. And next, you have to open this little thingamajig. That's a 10mm, by the way. All right, next, I believe we have to remove this plastic trim piece right here. Oh, it's good. All right, let's get that out of there. Next up, I know we got to take the steering wheel column plastic piece, bottom plastic cover piece off. That's also a screwdriver right there. All right, let me see. What else? Okay, I think this thing just pulls down. Oh, what's that? Piece of bread from the previous owner. Okay, I'm not gonna eat that. Alright, so I wonder if we can get access to that from here. That's the piece right there. If that's the connector, then I don't need to take anything else off. I'm gonna double check real quick. Okay, I'm back. Seems like I will have to remove this bottom panel. So now we have to first remove this. All right, I think I'm gonna need both hands. I'll be back. All right, I figured it out. I gotta use this flat trim removal tool. Stick it under here. And just stick it in. Start removing the clips. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, that's it. There we go. Excellent. There we go, it's out. And what do we have here? Some clips, usual, and then I guess these little guys and these little guys go there, and right in there. So let's put that aside. Next up is this little panel right here. What is that? Let's have a look. What the hell do you use to get that out? I don't know, maybe just by finger. I don't know. Hand tight. Yeah, it's hand tight. Alright. That's what that looks like. Now that we have that out, this should come out fairly easily, as far as I know. Alright, let's clean up on this. It's on clips as usual, like everything else in Toyotas. Just gotta be careful not to break the little clips. Alright, now that that's out, put that back in here, I think. Does that go in there? Let me see. There we go. Alright, that's back in there. Should be fine. Alright, I'll just pull this little rubber piece out a little bit. Okay, so now we take that next little bolt out. It's also 2mm. Okay, that's good. Alright, next up, apparently there's 2 screws somewhere on the hidden here. There we go. That's one of the screws. There should be another one on the other side. Okay, I guess we gotta turn the wheel the other way to access the other side. Ugh. I don't feel like starting the car. Not that it's a lot of work, but. Okay, screw is out. Let me switch off to AC. Okay, now apparently we gotta pry this plastic piece out. Let's see. This is one of my thinner plastic trim removal tools. Trying to do it in a way that I don't mar the plastic, but I don't know. Well, that's gonna work. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I just jammed this in here, and yeah, it took it apart. Now for the other side. Oh, it kind of separated the other side too already. Alright, that was easy. Now to get this thing through the little hole, the adjuster, and there we have it. That was pretty easy. That would be harder than this, but apparently not. Alright, what are we looking for? I really have no idea. I think that's one of the connectors. Let's go look at the harness. Alright, you guys, I figured it out. The main ECU is right here. So all you gotta do is pull this off. It's on a bunch of clips. And you're looking for this middle connector, which goes right here. So I'm gonna take my harness. Actually, I'm going to do that black connector right there first before I do the other ones. All right. Okay, come on, there we go. And this is my harness that came with the 12-volt solutions kit. So this connector, let me switch hands real quick. Sorry for the shaky video. I'm all by myself. I don't have those special fancy phone video camera holders or whatever they are. All right, so we connect this one in here. Okay, see that's clipped in. And you take this end and you stick it into right there. All right, that clipped in. So this is the harness connector, and this is where I plugged in the factory connector. You guys can see that, okay? And then on this, you gotta grab these, plug this into the ECM, and this one you plug in the cable, the connector that was in the ECM, so the factory connector. And I'm gonna route that right through here. Alright. I wonder what that spare connector is for. But anyways, let's connect this one. Use my right hand, got more force. Okay, that puts it into place. And this one goes into here. Get this out of the way. Push that. There we go, that clipped in. So now, figure it out. All right, so you got 3 connectors here. The TL2, TL6, they're both red. We're gonna use the TL2 and this blue one. So I'm gonna go grab my module and I'll show you guys what to do next. All right, you guys, here is the remote start module. I guess it's made by Directed. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna connect the red TL2 connector first. Clipped into place, and now we gotta hold this little button here while we are connecting the blue connector. So see how I can do this. I'm gonna hold this here. I'm holding the button. I've pressed it. I'm going to connect the blue connector. All right, now we're waiting for an orange light. Now let go of the button. I don't know if that worked, but anyways, let's give it a try. It's supposed to press the start button 2 times to get ignition, and it's supposed to turn green and then switch off. Let's see. Oh wait, I need to get my key closer to the ignition switch. Okay, it's green and it's off. Apparently now I've got remote start. All right, let's do a test run. All right, let's try remote start. 1, 2, 3. Well, that worked. All right, let's see what's going on inside. Yep, and let's see if it'll switch off from the remote. Yep, switched off. Let's do another test. Let's get it remote started and then open the door and see if the engine switches off, which is what it's supposed to do. All right, I'm going to grab the handle, open the door, and see what happens. Yep, it switched off. All right, you guys, this was a success. Yeah, 12voltsolutions.com. They have a 15% off sale right now. As you saw, the install was very easy. I highly recommend it. They sell the kit where you can remote start from your phone. However, their kit is like $200, and I asked them, is it compatible with CarLink? Because I saw on their website the pictures of their phone app is of CarLink, and the CarLink device, I think it's an ACL6, is only $100 on eBay or Amazon. It's like 104 or something, so it's way cheaper. So I just recommend getting the remote start kit and then buying the add-on CarLink kit separately, because it is compatible. You don't have to buy their CarLink kit. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Any questions, let me know. All you gotta do is put everything back the way you took it apart, and that's it. Stay safe. Have a nice weekend. Bye.